Hello world, this is your man, Colin Mill, Mr. Hollywood, Miles V, Extra Money, Green Pockets. I got so many nicknames, it's not even funny. But it's me, Colin Mill. I just want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on, because right now there's not really a consistent schedule. Well, I haven't been consistently posting the way I should be. So here's the thing. So June 1st is the premiere of the new season of Fresh's News. I'm planning for Fresh's News to be every Friday. So Fresh's News will begin every Friday, I believe 8 p.m. Friday evenings. And starting from that moment on, June 1st, 2018, I will be posting more consistently. That is the plan. I already have so much content. It's not even funny. I'm talking about not even just video, even podcasts. We have an episode of America You're So Crazy already recorded, an episode of the Birds and the Bees podcast, which is the new sex talk podcast that we're doing. I have a feature film that's still in. I just got a few more things to shoot for this one. It's Unproductive Activity. I think if you've been listening to me for a while now, you must have heard that production from before. It's my Paranormal Activity parody. We're still in pre-production of Idiot Boyfriend, as well as a whole bunch of other digital features that we're going to ready to shoot this summer, including 3 Days in Coney, which I believe we will be shooting next weekend. As well, and I'm going to be releasing the final episodes that we recorded of Kicks and Flicks. I believe we have 4 episodes that we haven't released yet. There's New Brunch City. I believe there's 2 episodes of that. Women's Crush Wednesdays. I think there's 12 episodes of that. It's me interviewing different models who are modeling for magazines like Sweets Magazine, Show Magazine, and stuff like that. I believe there's maybe 1 episode of Amateur Action Hero, which is the MMA/action hero type of series. That's the whole show is about basically myself and Frenchie training to become action heroes for our films, and being the pound of flesh that we are now and turning into muscle and whatever. But there's that. And there's more episodes of Fresh's. I got more Fresh's content coming out. We got these countdown videos. We have these mini documentaries. I have a Michael Jackson fan series I'm doing called The Last Moonwalkers, and that's going to be coming out soon. And I have this vlog series, which is almost a reality series, called The Karma Chronicles. Now, if you've been following me from YouTube since 2006, Karma Chronicles is not new to you. I actually have a channel called Karma Chronicles. Well, I used to. I don't have the password to that channel no more. But I had a channel called Karma Chronicles. It's still up, where I was originally posting my vlogs and behind the scenes content. So I'm bringing that series back. And the amount of content I got could last up to the next 2 years, maybe even more. I have enough content, consistent content, that I can literally put out every single day. It's just literally me sitting down and editing. I still have to drop Idiot Boyfriend. I originally was going to drop it last Friday, the book, and that didn't happen. So I still have to drop the novella, the movie itself. I just got Logic Pro back, so now I'm back to composing and producing music for the videos and for the soundtracks. I'm not going to say, it's hard, because it is hard, but, it's part of the hustle. You know what I mean? It's part of the grind. And in the beginning, you're not going to have all the resources in the world to do what you want. You got to follow your dreams, even if you got to put in all the legwork, There's a lot of weight on top of you, especially if you're a creative person. You're always going to feel that weight on top of you, because it feels like it's a lot, you know what I mean? Especially if you're doing what I'm doing, you're not just, a one-trick pony. You're a jack of all trades. So you're writing your videos, you're writing your songs, you're composing the song, you're putting in the songs in the video, you got to shoot the sequences, you have to get the right location, you got to cast the people, you got to find people to help with the production. And if you don't even have all that, sometimes it'll just be you, and you just setting up the camera in different ways, or you could play different parts, or you have to, get royalty-free music online because you can't create your own music. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure on any creative. If you're a writer, you got to sit down and literally get the words out, and it takes a toll, because you're just sitting there trying to, pretty much drain your brain and try to get it on paper. And, that's a task in itself. And if you're writing with somebody else, either they writing, whoever you're writing with don't come up with ideas as fast as you do, or the person is coming up with way too many ideas at the same time. Let's breathe for a second. Let's what's the word I'm thinking of? You gotta marinate in the ideas. You gotta soak in these ideas for a little bit before you just jump with every other thought you get in. You know what I mean? So, to be as a creative, I'm not trying to make any excuses for any creative. Well, I'm just basically saying, our responsibility as artists, it goes way beyond just being creative in the 21st century. Because these days you have to be an entrepreneur and you got to know how to deal with things technically. So you got to know the art, you got to know the technical side, and then you got to know the business side. And, most creatives don't want to do that. They're like, I can't handle all that. That's too much to deal with. And, it is a lot to deal with. And maybe later on, you'll be able to outsource and hire other people to do those things for you. But in the beginning, you got to do it yourself, until you could, I'm literally on the verge of getting 2 jobs, regular jobs, outside of me doing social media marketing. Because, it's not as consistent as I would like to be right now. And it's not like everybody's going to carmel.com to buy, my courses and books right now. So I'm ready to go ahead and get me a night job at McDonald's, day job at Dollar Tree, so I can at least pay my regular bills, and then have the night job pay for the productions and, my books and the copyrights and the trademarks and everything like that, and all the other investments I need to make. And on the weekends, I'll be able to continue consistently making product and content. And because, like I said, I have enough stuff that can last me through the years, I can go ahead and, spend those weekends trying to crank out as much content as possible. So throughout the week when I'm working, at least the videos are consistently coming up. You know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about what's going on. All right, did I make a video for this? Did I make a video for that? Especially, to be a good content creator, and this is a tip for any other content creators, to be relevant, you can't just vlog about your life all the time. You gotta, do some product reviews. Sometimes you got to, focus on tentpole events, the current events, holidays, what movies coming out, what TV shows coming out, stuff that your audience will look forward to, who's got this new book coming out, if your audience is interested in that, you gotta talk about it, whether it's a review, whether you're talking about current events, you gotta put your social commentary on things. I just started again my gameplay videos. I haven't done my gameplay videos for a while, but I mean, when I was trying to put the Super Mario version, my Super Mario video up, Nintendo took off the audio, and I was like, what's the point of this? It's just me playing games then. It's no commentary. The video's not worth it. The commentary is the content at the end of the day, besides you playing games. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to find your voice and find a way how you want to get your voice out there, figure out what form, which type of media you want to do, whether it's in writing, whether it's in music, whether it's in video, whether it's in blogging, tweeting, Instagram, just taking a picture, and, because taking a picture of the art, people. So, there's different ways to go about it. And I'm just saying, as a content creator, I feel like I'm getting off subject here. As a content creator, you got to be able to do all 3 things. You got to be an artist. You got to be able to do things on the technical side, figure out everything from and when I say technical, I'm talking about the heavy duty stuff that goes on behind the scenes, stuff that you don't see on camera, dealing with social media, the posting, the title, the descriptions, the thumbnails, sending it out to related blogs that related to your niche, other Instagrammers and other, social influencers, reaching out to them, trying to collaborate, trying to see if they will want to share your content, and that's, all that's heavy duty work right there, to sit there and write what you want to do, produce it, put it together, and then get it out to the world. Whether it's a video, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a blog, all of that takes time, and you got to be able to think all the way around. As a business person, as an artist, as the technical person, you got to be able to do all of those things. And as things go continue, then you be able to outsource other people. Like, all right, I'm gonna spend this money on Fiverr so I can outsource somebody to do the graphic design. I'm gonna hire somebody else to come in to do the editing. I'm gonna have somebody else come in and do the music. But until then, it falls on you. And that's where I'm at right now, guys. A lot of this stuff falls on me. I do have a small team, but I can't ask them to do everything, because everybody got their own lives. They all got their own things. So I'm just saying, stay tuned. June 1st, freshest news. New season begins. Macko and Miles continues 4 p.m. every Sunday on freshesradio.com. I'm planning to drop new videos every single day, so you just go to carmel.com to see these videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. There's a few YouTube channels, so I haven't decided which shows will be on which channel yet. But my original, youtube.com/CarlinMill, I believe I'm going to turn that into my gaming channel. Carlin Mill 2 will focus on, the movie reviews and sketch comedy and stuff like that. And then I think number 3 will be, Carlin Mill 3 will be focusing on vlogs. I'll get back to you on that one. But just go to carlinmill.com. Everything will be there. Stay tuned. Much love. God bless. 2 pieces of chicken grease. I will speak to you guys later. And thank you guys for, being there. You guys don't have to keep tuning in, but you guys are. And I appreciate you guys for that. Much love. God bless. I'll see you later.